Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to it. We are in an angel numerology number 7 day today. I call this focus. It really is about being on the right path, knowing that you're on the right path, following the path that you're on. Can't really follow somebody else's path because they're on that path by themselves. Anyway, what else does a number 7 card reveal? It works with the 7 of cups or the 7 of water if you are using a traditional tarot deck. Also the sun card and the chariot card. Life is beaming, life is blooming. It's really what this is about. Now the number 7 angel numerology number works with Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael. Now how is this significant for today? Well, being that you're on the right path, it might not seem like you are, but you are. Archangels Michael and Metatron serve as your angelic partners to bring any and all of your priorities back into alignment. Now, why am I saying it's bringing all of your priorities back into alignment? Because the moon has entered the sign of Aquarius and the energies are rather potent right now. They're encouraging us to face up to the issues if we're wanting solutions to come from them. And by facing up to issues, we get to sort them out with determination and with resilience. And things will turn out just the way we want them to. Today's not a day to be wishy-washy, people. Today's not a day to say, well, maybe I'll put this off till tomorrow. No. If you're on the right path and you know that every step you make forward is with clarity, truth, and determination, why would you not keep walking forward? It doesn't make sense. I got a personal story to share with you. Yesterday, I got into my vehicle and I could hear the engine turning, wanting to crank, but it wouldn't fire. It was 6:30 in the morning. I had an early appointment at the salon. I was thinking to myself, well, I can blow off 8 clients. I can dissolve the income from those 8 clients, or I can find and focus on a solution. And I went to the place of, what do I need to do right now? I need to get to work. So thankfully we have this wonderful app called Uber. And a delightful man called Miguel picked me up. Didn't speak any English. I don't speak much Spanish. But we still found a way to exchange pleasantries and had a joyful ride in quite a lovely clean Cadillac on the way to the salon. I did not focus on the debauchery that happened. Oh my gosh, my car, what am I going to do? I've got to get dog food, I've got to get groceries, how am I going to... I could have, I really could have. I could have sent that out there, but I didn't. Somehow, there was peace in my heart, there was peace in my soul, that vehicle is outside my house. It isn't stuck on the side of the road. I am not in all this pouring down rain, stranded. It's all good. Oh, okay, well, I look at it that way. Then when it came time to leave, I had made a few phone calls to different garages, different places. I wasn't landing on anything solid. I wasn't landing on anything that said, well, this is the right thing to do. I just listened to my intuition. And I reached out to a couple of you on here. And our friend of the channel, Vicky, who runs the Healing Artist channel, fabulous. Quickly, immediately jumped into her guides and her intuition and said, this is what it is. I think this is what's going on. You need to pay attention to A, B, C, D, and E. And I took that as being gospel from the gods. So, once again, it's starting to sprinkle down rain. I've got to go home. Okay, I need to use my trusty app, the Uber people. And then along came Wendell. A lovely, wonderful, very spiritually guided man had a strong faith in God and strong faith in how wonderful the world was and how we look at things in a certain way, but we shouldn't judge them. Oh my gosh, it was the most delightful conversation on my 7-mile trip home. It was quite lovely, really, really, really quite lovely. So there were 2 instances where something that didn't quite work out when it ended up being, I wouldn't have had those 2 experiences or met those 2 gentlemen if it hadn't been for the fact that my big truck was not working. So then, upon the advice of one of my clients who sat in the chair yesterday, why don't you join AAA? And part of me thought to myself, well, if I join AAA today and I need help today, that seems like a little bit of a rip-off. Like, you only join AAA when you're stranded, well, that's what it's there for. So I did. And yes, I had to pay a small fee because it was same-day service when I joined AAA. Okay, I get it. That's business. Wasn't a whole lot. It was just enough. The lady said, well, what kind of service do you want? Well, I knew I didn't really want a tow. I just need this car to crank. And it's pouring down rain. And I called them, and not long later, the phone went, your technician's on the way. And a lovely gentleman named Mark showed up, got under my hood, hooked up all of his leads and wires and his bits and pieces, and looked like, oh my goodness. And I shared with him the amusing part of, here I've got this great big full-size monster truck that I have no clue what goes on underneath that engine. And then said, thank you, Mark, for showing me what the hell this is all. Oh, excuse me, I'm using bad words. What the heck this is all about. And so Mark got out his brush in the pouring rain, dusted off the terminals on the battery, hooked up his bits and bobs, pulled up a screen, and in no time flat said, well, your alternator's lovely. Everything else is quite lovely, but your battery is a mess. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, all of you, for saying all of this. Well, now what do I do? Well, I just happen to have a battery on board that would fit this truck. If you'd like it. What? Well, I don't even have to leave the driveway. You could do this? Yes, I can do this. Oh, well, yes, whoosh. Since you're here, why not? In less than 20 minutes, my big bougie truck was cranking and back on the right. But the point I'm making is that I could have focused on, oh my goodness, this is terrible, awful, horrible, oh my God, what am I going to do? And gone down that road. But instead, I looked at it like I am listening to Spirit, who is talking to me through my clients, through the client that told me to call AAA, through our friend Vicky of the channel who said this is the battery issue. And when it came time to paying for this battery, I realized I had some hidden money that I didn't realize I had in a hidden card, gift card. I didn't realize it was still there. And I got to use part of it. So nothing was out of the ordinary and everything was extraordinary. Nothing was really out of the ordinary, but everything ended up being extraordinary. That's the story about focus and faith and trust and changing the narrative of what we're saying. Change the story of what you're telling. Yes, there's panic. Yes, there's things that happen. But we are the bridge between the earth and between heaven. We, if we believe we are on a wavelength of divine intelligence. A little bit like artificial, but more godly. That are giving us the messages that we need. All we have to do is trust, believe, and listen. I am enough just as I am. Oh, yes. I'm enough. The people that helped me yesterday were enough. It was just enough to get me where I needed to go, and it was perfect. This is the one I like the most. This comes from Cheddar Gorgeous, a British entertainer. Shoot for the stars to get over the hill. You have to shoot for something amazing, impeccable, unbelievable to make it work, to get there. Here's a message from our friend Archangel Uriel. I can guide you to find blessings through adversity. Oh, yes, you can. And turn disappointments into victory and transformation in your life. Yes, you can. I can be whoever I wish to be. I invite blessings of transformation into my life. That is a perfect example of what alchemy is. Now, Rama and Sita, it's a fabulous story about the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's a little bit linked to self. The self that's the divine feminine, the self that's the divine masculine. And it's quite a lovely story. Soulmate connection, romantic opportunity. This is what's coming up. Romance with something, someone, or something should be where we're at. Because it's such a lovely, 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 lovely feeling. Romance with anything, romance with painting, romance with art, romance with music. That is such a lovely, lovely feeling. And I happen to feel, rose-colored glasses on, that sometimes when we face these crazy turmoils, when we face these social adversities of just, what is this, what's going on? It is to show us that this is not what we're lined up for. That's not what I signed up for. This is not what I'm about. And yet, wars, protests, mayhem, madness, nuts, control, cruelty, all of those things, they exist so that we can see there's an alternative choice. Make the alternative choice for you. Focus on the alternative choice that works for you. We keep saying it. Spiritual people keep on saying it. What's right for you may or may not be right for somebody else. As long as it's right for you, then that's what you focus on. Archangel Michael is here this week to clear the way. Clearing the way yesterday meant cutting the negative, not so good feelings and thoughts about what was going on with the truck. Clearing the way to allow the information to come, the information to be where it was. That is where our focus is. I'm going to read what he says and then I'll get on to the blessing of the day. Archangel Michael, through this card, says, this is a time of great change. Know that all of the roadblocks and challenges you have been facing are part of a great shift that is unfolding in your life. All aspects of your world that are not in alignment with your highest good are being cleared away so that you can stand in your truth once and for all. Trust in this unfolding. And the way you activate it is to say, thank you, Michael, for clearing the road for my highest truth. Your highest truth is the unfolding of what your heart desires, what your heart wants. Gertrude, Beatrice, they are out in the wide open. I'm seeing them right now on the edge of the ocean. They're not by their thing. They are sitting on a blanket right at the water's edge, which is quite unusual. They haven't done this in a while. What is happening? Well, they're looking out at the horizon as the sun or the earth is beginning to rotate. So they must be facing east because it's morning, it's cool. And the earth is rotating in their world to reveal streaks of lavender, of rose, of mauve. As it streaks and as the earth rotates towards the sun a little more, these colors are getting lighter and lighter and lighter, brighter and brighter, showing more and more streaks. And there's a little cloud cover, getting these puffy pillows up in the air. You're getting the picture. Right. Gertrude, Beatrice, what is the blessing you bring from the fairies today? This card, thank you. Balance. So what is my message? Black and white, yes. He's got the scales in his hand, yes. You could focus on balance. Oh, look at this. I was wondering, what's that on his head? Look like a cup or a glass or a goblet, but no. You know what's really interesting about this fairy? If I look at it real quick, looks a little bit like Count Dracula, but I know that's not. I know that's that wasn't the image. This artist, who is this artist? It doesn't say on the. Oh, wow. I don't want to fuss or anything, but this is another example where the actual artists that created these glorious images, they're just shown on the top in very little. It's like they don't give this artist. I mean, we're drawn to the I'm fussing. I need to stop that. That's not good. But anyway, you get my drift. I'm not going to go any further. All right. What can I say about balance? Well, what can you tell yourself about balance? You certainly know where you're out of balance. You certainly know where you're out of focus. That's it. That's the message. Where are you out of balance? Where are you out of focus? Where is your life fuzzy and needs not to be? And if your life is fuzzy and out of focus, you got two choices. Bring it into focus, bring it into balance, or not. But look at where the chaos is in your life and where the creativity and the care and the love is. There's a balance between the two. All right, my friends, until tomorrow, big love. Bye for now.